who is the editor of the T&G. And first of all, I mean, what is the pay model? If somebody is going to subscribe to Telegram.com to get all the content, how much is that going to cost them?
If they are just subscribing online only, it's $14.95.
Same price as if you subscribe to the paper.
It's actually less than if you subscribe to the paper. Absolutely.
Right.
So it's. I mean, our view is if people go online, new subscribers go online, they'll see that they have some options that are available to them.
Right, and if somebody just wanted it for one day, there's a one-day price as well.
One day pass for $1, and they can also then buy 5 days or 10 days. So they have a number of different options. We're trying to accommodate everybody, and keeping in mind that even if they're not a subscriber, if they just register, then they see 10 articles for the month.
Right. Bruce, do you think that is there a generation gap that we might see as well? Older people who have been with the Telegram for decades are already getting their paper. They're already getting it delivered at home, so they're already all set. They may not go online that much anyway. Younger people seem to do so much online, and now they'll decide if they want to pay for it or not. But I bet that there's a lot of people who are in their 40s and 50s who have gotten used now to arriving at the office and on company time, checking out what's happening at Telegram.com. They're the ones who probably are really going to have to make a decision.
Well, I think so, and I'm sure again, you talk about the value of the local content, because that person who's going to the office and reading at the office really is concerned about their community, and they're interested in the material that's there, the local material that's there.
So you think that eventually that's what wins out, is even if somebody is resistant to the beginning, the fact is that they want to read what's happening at City Council, or they want to find out what's happening in their hometown.
Oh, absolutely. I think that with nearly 100 professional journalists gathering the news from 70-some-odd communities every day, there's no one who can beat that in terms of the local content that we offer for Central Massachusetts.
Yeah. Now, as a business model, what does it do for the Telegram? And I read that the open letter that you both put in the paper the other day. But what does it do as far as your advertisers now? I mean, are they looking to see how many clicks there are on the page? Are they supportive of it going to page? Because you talked about the fact that, hey, we can't put all of this price just on the folks who are subscribing and our advertisers.
Right. I think if you, for the advertisers, I'll address that first. We researched this very carefully, so we're confident that with the model that we have, we will be able to continue to deliver our advertisers what they receive now. So the advertising, again, is still being delivered up. So when you go on the homepage, the advertising is being delivered to you. When you look at an AP story, you're receiving the advertising. So we have researched very carefully, and we've made sure that we have taken care of our advertisers. And so they won't see any they will not be diminished at all. It'll be the same for them. Philosophically, I think that there is, sort of stepping back 50,000 feet, if you would, there's value to a product having not only advertisers but also paid subscribers. So you have readers who are paying for the paper. That's been part of the strength of that model. If you have readers who are willing to read you online and pay for it, there's some strength in that, because the idea, again, being that we can invest more in the product that we have. There's a reason that newsrooms have traditionally had the largest news forces, in any community, and that's because one of the reasons is that because both the community is all sort of pitching in and saying, I want to support this as an individual, and the advertisers are also supporting it. So you have more to invest.
Well, it's interesting, and I'll go back, Leah, to some of the comments that I saw online, and somebody saying, well, I'll just go to WTAG and get the news from Sherman, or I'll just go to Charter TV3 and get the news at night. Now TV3 does actually have a news staff. Sherman's one guy. I'm not sure if people understand where Sherman's getting the news from.
Right.
Because he's getting it from Telegram.com.
Right. And which is interesting that, many of the folks who are reporting on local news are taking information that we've already gathered, perhaps, and then, doing a little bit more with it or commenting on it. So we're originating the content. And there is a cost that goes along with that, just to go back to sort of the philosophical part of it. And I think, many people, you just mentioned how many people that you still have at the Telegram. This kind of goes back to the newspaper taking, all newspapers, and the stories that have been written about them over the last couple of years. I think people think now that no one works at newspapers anymore, because you kept reading these stories that made it seem like everybody was getting laid off. But still, by
far the largest news organization in Central Mass.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I think, yeah, I mean, there's this whole philosophy of now you kind of have to change people's perception a little bit about this. I should get it for free. But as a business model, it seems as if people are on board. Today, you've had a little bit of time to start to get some feedback just from today. Any numbers as to how many people are signing up?
Well, I can tell you that it's in the thousands. They've already registered, and we haven't even been live for 24 hours. So people are definitely stepping up and registering.
And is that about what you had thought?
You know, it was kind of interesting. We weren't sure. We have a number of different scenarios we had planned for, but this is definitely very positive response.
Well, because that's what I have to believe. I have to believe that for both of you, you know that your open letter is going to appear on Sunday, and then there had to be a sleepless night Sunday into Monday about what happens if no one, instead of coming here and saying thousands have signed up, what if no one signs up?
They're signing up. I got to tell you, our people are very busy today.
Yeah.
Very busy. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Well, thank you. We'd like to follow up and have you come back in maybe a month or so and just kind of follow up and see where things are with Telegram.com. But I sure appreciate you coming by tonight and telling us about the launch and how things are going today.
Good. Great. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much, and thank you for joining us right here on the Hank Stolz Experience. Coming up, we're going to talk about the Mayor's Task Force. How are we going to retain business here in the city of Worcester? How are we going to attract new business?